Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Full Damage on the Mindcrack Season 4 server. We are over here at the casino still, with a zombie. If you're watching MC's stream the other day, you'll know that I was caught in a casino heist, which wasn't fun. But I've made some substantial changes to our doodad here. Our doodad is not the doodad that you once knew. Instead of having every block be one of these item sorty, county, bibbly bobbles, it's now only half of them. So instead of going up to 1028, which is just ridiculous, it now only goes up to 32. We could add another one, make it go up to 64. I may do that just to make each book equal a round stack of diamonds. But as it stands, 16 books will be 9 stacks of diamonds. As Pyro's left, let's have a nap. Fantastic. The zombie's probably inside, though. Oh no. Even better. But the reason why I've done that is so I can keep it the same as the one that's going to go over on the other side, the doubler. This is the halver. But you'll see that when we actually work on the doubler soon. It's also given me a whole bunch more resources, which is good. And it's also allowed me to make this redstone even easier. It used to dip down maybe 4 or 5 blocks below this, but now it just goes down to here and then up. So that's a lot easier. I've also taken about 2, maybe 3 ticks of delay. I took out the repeater here, a torch, and this other torch up here. So yeah, probably 3 ticks of delay between this being empty and the light coming on, which, if you put your money in as soon as you get the next one out, then it should be enough. Like if you're doing it one at a time, like you put 2 in, get your money, put 2 in, make sure you got it, put 2 in, make sure you got it, which is what you should be doing to make sure that you don't go over the amount. It should be enough time so that this will be locked by the time your money gets round to it again. Hopefully. You should still wait a couple of seconds, just to make sure, I believe. But anyway, that's that. The counting circuit, or not the counting circuit, the sorting circuit to refill, which will go on top of here, that's still probably going to be done, but instead we're not going to feed it from this line. We're not going to feed it from this line, sorry, the one, like, it's not going to feed back into the same machine. This line is going to go into the doubler. This is the input line after it's been sorted. This line's going to go into the doubler. That was a scary noise. It's like the gong in Hunger Games or something. Like Pyro in the sky. Anyway, the doubler, that line is going to come from the doubler to this machine and go into the sorting circuit on this machine. The reason being is because in this machine... There you are. Come here. Oi. Really? You're just... Ah. That was that spider's last moments. That's kind of sad. Anyway, the reason being is because in this machine you're going to put 2 items and receive 1. If you're doing that, you're going to be putting 2 in, and then those 2 will go to here, and then 1 will come out, and eventually this will overflow. In the doubler, you're putting in 1 item and receiving 2, so eventually that's going to get empty of all the items it's putting back into itself. So instead, you're going to put 2 into this machine, it's going to be counted, you'll receive 1 from this machine, but those 2 will go into the doubler, and then you'll receive 1, if you put 1 in the doubler, you'll receive 2 from the doubler, and that 1 will come back into this machine and go into here. There was going to need to be a connection anyway, because obviously all the 1s that come in, they would have to go to the doubler, they would have to go to the doubler, because you can't get 1s out of a halver because there's no 0.5 add pence. You would only get 1s from the doubler because you'd be putting in 2 add pence and getting 2 1s. So there would have to be a connection between them anyway, instead of just connecting the 1s from here to there, and then the 32s from here to there, or from there to here. we're just going to swap over everything. So they should keep each other balanced in theory, because if you put two ones into here, those two ones will go over there, and then you have a 2, which then you can eventually put into here, or into the doubler, and then you'll get your 2 ones back. So it should keep everything balanced in theory. But I'm going to have to work on the doubler. I'm going to have to work on the sorting circuit here, and I'm going to have to still make a ton more books as well, and fix these holes. Everything is coming along rather nicely. So I need your guys' opinion on something. This is just a mock-up in a test world of what the casino looks like. And we're trying out some floors here for the actual casino floor. This is andesite, which I'm not liking, I don't think. It's a little too industrial. So let's try something else. And this is light blue stained clay, which is kind of nice actually. I think so. Well, let's try a couple of other things. And this is just regular blue stained clay, also kind of nice. And white stained clay, which is extremely bright. Kind of complements the quartz though. And regular hardened clay, which I'm not sure, it kind of doesn't go, but for that reason it kind of works. Maybe. And polished granite. Yeah. Also, light grey stained clay, which is alright too. I kind of like that one as well. But this is using the power of Hollywood here. It's not even a complete set. Anyway, let me know in the comments which one you guys like the look of. I'm not entirely sure myself. Let's get one last look at this one here. Boop. So yeah, let me know in the comments which ones you guys like, and I will try and make the casino floor that colour. So we're just over here at the map quickly, and we need to go there. Which is there. Okay, let's go. Hey, look what we found on the way. This is like the first episode or two of the server. This is like my first house too. Ah, I remember this. There's so many zombies it seems. Let's leave it alone. Do we still have... Didn't we have like a chicken or something involved? Somewhere? That's my little pumpkin patch. Anyway, let's oh! Eric! Eric! Were you a sheep? I don't remember you being a sheep. I thought you were a chicken, Eric. You've changed, guy. Anyway, let's continue heading on to where we need to head to. Aha! We have made it. We are going to attempt to confuse Pyro. If my understanding of the death messages is correct, this should work. 1 hit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 2 hits. So we can get another one in, why not? 3 hits. Okay, let's go. Yes, it worked. Alrighty, so this is the basic design for the doubler. It's pretty much the same thing. We've got the item sorters, which go through this way and such. The delay is only 1 tick now, because we only want it to drain 1. But instead of there being a block here, it's a dropper, and then another dropper. And this is the reason why I've separated them all, is because if we had them next to each other, and we put 2 droppers like this dropper would power this dropper and this dropper as well, which would be no good. So there's all separated, so we have just 2 together. So when this dropper gets powered, it's also going to power this one, which will release 2 items instead of 1 item, because obviously there's 2 droppers. And then those drop down into the dropper below this puts it straight into a hopper. This one drops it into this space. There's a hopper underneath this comparator here, which will suck it up. In fact, we can probably have a gander. There you go. So the dropper underneath, or the hopper underneath the comparator, sucks everything up and sends it down to this line. There's a line of hoppers underneath all of this, leading down to this hopper, which will lead up to the return thing here, where the money goes in. Pyro is on, but I think he's elsewhere occupied. He also tested something, which I don't understand, but whatever. But yes, so that's that. And this is, whoops, we're in a hole. This is the line which is like the other line which comes to that chest there eventually. That's the only real difference. The other difference is this has to tuck underneath here because this one's coming in from this side. This one's going to go up and feed into these. These hoppers are pointing sideways into each of these items. Or into each of these droppers, not items. So these are going to feed. The bottom one, however, it gets priority. If you chuck an item in, the hopper that this is in, it goes into this hopper here, obviously. The hopper below it gets priority first to suck the item from the inventory above it. If it can't do that, then it will be dropped into the inventory next to this hopper. So the bottom dropper gets priority. So if this one is empty, this one could have still, if the bottom one is empty, then the top one could have been empty for a while. So the only guarantee that the machine cannot give out what you want is if the top one is empty, because the bottom one is more likely to have items in it. So that's that. That's why we've got the comparator coming out of the top one there. And like I said, pretty much all the same. We may do a minecart track to bring the items up instead of a whole bunch of droppers, because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 droppers, or the little dock elevator thingy, which I still don't know how to build, to be honest. Or a little minecart track, which will work as well, and in fact we could feed everything into the minecart track, and it should be pretty easy. The only other thing to do now is to get these item sorters done, which is going to take several hoppers. Maybe I have enough, maybe I don't. Who knows? So that is one of the sorting circuits, which is crazy tool. Really quite crazy tool. We're going to have to send this up from there, that point, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, which we can do with one of those docky doodads. Should be fine. The other thing actually I want to try, let's take out, if I take out that one, then I can actually move this whole thing in one. Okay, so let's take out this one and lose it to the system. There we go. And let's see if we have enough wood to make a couple of chests real quick. I probably don't, to be perfectly honest. No. I know Pyro is getting me some wood, though. I'm going to trade Pyro some quartz for some wood. And aren't I kind? In this massive casino that needs a whole bunch of quartz, I give him some of it. In fact, you know what? We have trees here. Let's grab 1, 2. We need a double chest to test this out. 3, 4. Fantastic. Okay. And doop 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 doop. Excellent. And let's get my bar like that. Sure, why not? Okay, so what I want to try, if we put this here and that there, and then we have coming off of here like that, I guess, and for now we'll just feed the hopper back into there. Eventually we'll have that going into an overflow, which is what this design is for. We have the comparator there. Okay, and take that like so. Oh, that would be perfect. I'm one block short of being able to do that. I don't want to widen the entire casino by one block. That would have been absolutely perfect. Okay, what we can do then is something like that. Then that, and that. Okay. So, what's going to happen here is this hopper is going to be locked. So if we put, say, I don't know, some dirt in there, all that dirt should feed down this way. In fact, it didn't. Did it feed into here? It did. Okay. That didn't work at all. Why didn't that work? How can I get around here now? For real though, why didn't that work? That block should be powering that hopper, so it shouldn't suck items in. Right? I'm not crazy, that's how hoppers work, is it not? Let's try it just like this. Yeah, that's definitely get. Oh! Okay, yeah, I know why it's doing that. It's because it's getting powered right away and doing that. So what I want is a large delay on that. Okay, that would be better. And we will send 7 dirt in from the top here. And that's going to go through one at a time. And it's not going to get counted by the chest, because it's technically never in the chest, according to the hoppers anyway, with how fast it goes. Okay, but then let's say we will simulate this being overflown by removing that hopper entirely. So let's imagine all these hoppers are full, and there's a hopper here and it's also full, so it can't accept any items. Then if we put the dirt in here, it's going to hold in the chest, at which point this will say, okay, there's now items waiting in the chest, and then turn off this hopper, so then those items waiting in the chest will go into the overflow, instead of backing up and backing up and backing up and backing up. Okay, that works. We could do... see, it's going to affect this one right next to it. We've got to work out some way of getting this power into this block here, because that would be absolutely perfect. And the way I was going to do that would be to put the redstone torture there, outside, where the quartz would be, redstone there, and then repeat it there, and that would be perfect, but we're just one too short of being able to do that. What I could do is bring this hopper over here, bring the hopper line up this way, instead of bringing this assembly in one, bring this assembly over one, move the chest over one, move this over one, and that will work. And then we'll have enough room, and hopefully we can fit the same thing on the other side. Should be pretty easy to fit it in on the other side, as these hoppers here are technically 1 over, so everything's going to be 1 over anyway, or the hoppers that fill the droppers. So that'll be fine. That'll be our overflow system to catch any erroneous stuff. If there's too much money in the system, it can take it into a secure vault. I would like to try and include something like that on the rest of this stuff. On where do we have the money going in? Money comes in here and then just goes straight into here, right? Yeah. We could try to include one there, maybe. I don't think that'll work actually, but you know. Future designs are definitely going to include that. Future roulette machines and slot machines and whatnot are definitely going to include this overflow thing. because that's really extremely useful. Anyway, I believe we've actually come to the end of the episode now. I'm going to get this all finished up between now and next episode. Probably won't get the item elevator in, but we'll get all this stuff. Yes, we can. I'll chat to you in bed. Doop. In. Yeah, I get everything else sorted before the end, or before next episode. Work on the item sortery doodads and such. But yes, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. It's been another redstone heavy episode. It's going to be redstone heavy for a while because we're working on the casino. But when I get your information about what you want to see in the floor pattern, then no problem. Then yes, we will stuff. You know, we will do that, and it'll be buildy. We'll try and mix it up a bit, even at the casino. Anyway, as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.